let us color grade this picture on Capture One. Now if you check the link in the description, you will see the link to the picture, so you can download the picture and practice along with me. Now the new Capture One update is really great, and I'm going to use it throughout this picture alone. I'm not going to take it anywhere, just on Capture One. Now when you import your picture into Capture One, you can import from here. You click on import. Now the picture is there already. Now this is the interface of Capture One. If you don't know how Capture One work, I suggest you learn the way the interface work. But if you have idea of Capture One, let us flow along. Okay, now as you can see, I'm in adjust. We have library, we have theta, we have shape, we have style, and we have the adjust. All right, now you come to this adjust. Right, the first thing you want to do is you open this layer drop down, layer max. It will automatically be on image layer. Now this image layer is for the general picture, like all the entirety of the picture, the background, the subject, everything. All right, so the first thing I want to do on this layer is to increase the exposure, because picture is dark. I'll increase the exposure. All right, so after doing that, I will drop the highlights because it's too much on the face and everything. Let me reduce the exposure. I think that's too much. All right, so now I am good with the exposure. Now this background layer I'm still going to come to it later. All right, the next thing is I want to like work on the skin. Okay, so to do that, I'll go to, you can see subject, background, and people. You click on this drop down, then I'm going to select body skin and face skin, and I'm going to click on create max. All right, then after clicking the create max, you will just hold on for it to select the skin for you. I think it has select like this. Let's see if it has select. As you can see, it's only the skin that this apply to. That's weird. Let's undo it. Okay, it's supposed to be on 0. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come to this shadow. On this eye dynamic range, I'll go to shadow and I'll increase the shadow. All right, it might take time to load depending on how fast your system is, because this AI runs on system, it runs offline, so consume a lot of graphics and your system processor. Okay, so I will increase the shadow. Right, then I'll drop the highlights. Now everything I'm doing now is on the skin max. Okay, that's looking too much, so let me reduce the highlight more. All right, now let us see the before and the after. Just two things already, and the picture is looking really great. Okay, so the next thing I want to do on this skin is I'll scroll down and I'll come to my color editor. As you can see, color editor. Now on color editor, you have basic, you have advanced, and you have skin tone. Okay, so I'll go to skin tone. You can play around all these too, but let's just go straight to the main. All right, no need to play around. So when you go to this skin tone, you make sure this particular pen is checked. All right, the color has to be like this, this pink color. So when you check, you come to this part of the skin and you select in one nice beautiful shade of the skin that will represent the entire skin. All right, so let me zoom it in and select here. All right, I think that works. So let me increase this smoothly, and then all right, so what I will do first is I'll go to uniformity and I will increase the saturation. What this uniformity does, it makes the skin color will match, it will be uniform. Okay, so after then I'll now come to saturation and increase it. Now the amount of saturation I will give is dependent on how much colors I want on the skin, so it won't make sure it's not too weird. Okay, you just so let's keep increasing it until we see what we would like. Okay, as you can see now, the skin is really popping with that skin tone. All right, let us see the before and the after. Before and after, you see, is really popping before and after. Right, so on this skin, as you can see, it looks too bright. So let us go to the brightness. In this exposure, I'll just reduce the brightness a little. All right, so I think that is okay. Now the next thing I want to work on is the eye. This eye is looking kind of funny, so let's fix the eye and the lips before we fix the background. So, and then I'll go to this layer for people again. I will turn off this and I'll click on eye. Okay, and I'll create max. Okay, now when you click on create max, it creates another layer for you and name it for you, eye max. This one is skin max. So anything I do here, is, as you can see, before and after of the skin. So this is layer that works for the skin, and this layer that works for the entire picture. Okay, so now for the eye, I can, stay on this layer for the eye, and I will do something, color grade it and all. All right, so what I just want to do to the eye is to like brighten it a bit. So I'll go to brightness. As you can see, it's too bright, so let me reduce it. Then I'll make it a little bit blue. I'll come to my levels and I'll go to blue. I will shift this left, not too much though. So let us see the before and after of the eye, before and after. Let me zoom it in so that you see it clearly. Here's the before and here's the after of the eye. As you can see how it fixed the eyes. I mean, this is really nice. So let's take it back. The next thing is the lip. So to do the lips, we are going to have to create another layer, and then we'll click on this drop down menu, turn off this eye and go to lips. Okay, when you click on lips, click on create layer. It's going to create another layer for you, and name is lips max. Okay, so what we want to do is to like color the lips, and to do that I'm going to come to this brightness. Let me brighten the lips a bit. All right, then let's add some colors. Now what should we use to add the color? Let's use levels. I'll go to red. Levels as RGB. I'll go to red and I'll pop it from this side. Okay, as you can see, it's becoming reddish. Let us see the before and the after. Now it's not red enough. Let me add more reddish color. Okay, and then let me go to RGB and make it dark a little. If I pop this side to make it thicker, all right, make the red thicker. If I'm in RGB and I drag it from this side, it will like reduce it creates some contrast for it. So here is the before for the lips, and here's the after. Before and after, all right. The lips was actually like a dark color before, let's say purple kind of, but I don't like it, so turning it to red like this, blend well with the eyeshadow. All right, so let us see the overall before and after right on capture one alone. All right, so the next thing I want to do is the background. Okay, now if I want to work on the background, you see this layer marks. You see subject, background and people. So I'll click on this background. Once you click on it, you wait for it. What AI will do is to check it, to sample the picture and bring out the background for you. Now it creates another layer. As you can see, background marks 1. All right, so this background marks is now the layer you use to color grade on the background. Okay, so let us see if it's actually correct. You can turn on the layer marks, but sometimes it might be distracting, so just add your effect and you see it. You see, as you can see, that is only applying on the background. So let me return that. Should be on 0. Okay, so first thing I want to do is increase the brightness of that background. Let's brighten it a bit. All right, I am sure you might be tempted to like darken the background, but I'm not sure I want that, because I'm not really sure I want that. I like it, kind of bright, although not too bright anyway. Increase the contrast a little. Right, so I want to add some blues and cyans to that background. So I'll go to levels, and I'll go to blues, and I'll pop it, left on this side. As you can see, it's too bluish, so I'll reduce it this way, just a little blue. All right, so then I'm going to come to this color balance. When you scroll down, you see color balance. Let's drop. So for the highlights, because I want blues and cyans to reflect on these highlights, so for the highlights I will tweak this towards cyan. Right, so as you can see, is now towards cyan. Let us see the before and the after for the background, before and after. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is go to shadow and make it a bit of cyan also. Yeah, here is the before and here is the after. Okay, now what else can we do on the background? We can add clarity. You can turn the background to black and white. You can pretty much do anything, but I don't want to do that. This is affecting all the pictures, so there is a setting to actually work on this, but I don't want to turn it to black and white actually, because if I have to like set it that way, I'll go over it again, and I'm not sure I want to go that route now, at least. Okay, yeah, so let me turn the black and white off. Now you can do clarity if you want it to be sharper, want the background to be less blur, but I don't want to add that. Okay, so I turn it off. Now what else can we add to make the background looking, you know, much nice? Let's look at this Kelvin. Let me turn it yellow a bit. As you can see, it can change the background color temperature. All right, so let me change it a little. All right, I think that works. Okay, now so I think I'm good with the background. Here's the before and here is the after. Okay, so if you feel like the things you apply on the background is too much, you can reduce or increase the opacity, but I'm not sure I want to do that, so that you guys can see all the whole effect I have done on it. Okay, now the next thing I want to work on is the hair. So I'll come to people again, I'll turn off lips and I'll check hair and I'll click create max. Then you hold on for it to create the layer for you, layer created. So hair max, so I want to like brighten the hair a bit because it's just looking too dark. Just brighten it a bit, not too much anyway. Let us see the before and the after. Okay, so now the hair too is also bright. Okay, let us see the overall before and the after. Before and the after, as you can see, it's looking good. So now I think I have, you know, color graded most parts that I want to color grade. So what I will do is I will come down to image layer. Okay, image layer. So that's like the entire picture, like all the whole detailed background, subjects, lips, everything in image layer. That's like the entire picture in this image layer, the entire details in image layer, pardon me please. So I will add some colors, that's like colors to everything. Okay, so how do I do that? I don't want to use saturation because it's always looking weird. I don't like saturation sometimes, but I'll just add it a little, just a little, not too much, and I'll add a bit of contrast. All right, now this dark part of our dress is having a touch of yellow. All right, and I'm not sure I want that. So to do that, I'll come to this to tweak this towards to reduce the yellow on this black. I will come to these levels. Okay, now on these levels I will go to, what is the opposite of yellow? The opposite of yellow should be blue. All right, so if I'm on blue, if I if I turn it this way, why is that happening? If I turn it this way, what is it going to give me? It gives me this I don't know, this weird color. All right, now let me try it from the highlight part. Is looking actually cyan. Okay, so now I want to reduce the yellows on the black, so levels is not working. So let me go to color balance and I'll go to shadows. Okay, so as you can see, this is yellow, then the opposite is actually blue. Okay, so let's tweak on the shadow, let's tweak it to blue a little. All right, so I think I like that. Some people like their picture warm, some actually cool, but me, I prefer cool most time. Okay, I prefer cool. So guys, here is the before and here is the after. This alone on Capture One, not even on Photoshop, I've not smoothened the skin, I've not done anything. So this is like the power of Capture One color grading. And the sweet thing is I can just come here and copy all the settings I have done, all the things I've applied. I can copy it and apply it on loads of picture, and it's going to do it at once. Literally, it's going to like check the skin of everything, the lips, the eye, and it will apply it automatically on everything. Now if I have the same portrait of this girl, I could have demonstrated it, but I'll try and do that in like next video. So when I color grade one of my picture on Capture One, I just copy my settings here and I apply it on the rest. Everything I did on this skin, on these lips, on the eye, it will apply everything on all the picture, exactly what I did now. Yeah, so if some pictures are too exposed or underexposed or have funny colors, I could literally go there and then rectify it, and that's all. And I just export my pictures to Photoshop. Okay, so thank you so much guys for catching me on this. The moment you start color grading your Capture One, I'm telling you there is no going back, because this is really a great job. All right guys, so if you are here for the first time, remember to subscribe, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.